Next on the Food Nanny, we're exploring dinner time traditions in Turkey. And I find unexpected friends around every corner, like Kaya. He teaches me how to slow cook a casserole, the Turkish way. This is one dish that is worth the wait. I'm Liz Edmonds. I'm the Food Nanny. As I raised 7 children, I learned that dinner time is the most important part of the day. It's the most natural setting to share the best of everyday life together. And when it works, it's La Vita Vera, the true life. But I know it's not easy. That's why I've made it my mission to help you rescue dinner time. And I'll travel the world to help families like yours find La Vita Vera and have the best of everyday life together.
I mean, as you see, it is very beautiful city, and can you imagine the richness in antiquity?
No.
I mean, all the houses on the slope here, the Roman houses, all the walls are painted in frescoes
And marble.
In marbles, and there's huge, unbelievable, rich civilization.
Very rich.
Ancient writers say this was the first lighted street at night time, so they got oil lamps all along the street.
And put along. I can't imagine it.
This is a little mosque on the street in the region, and each mosque they got a minaret.
Yes.
Not a minaret, depending on the size of the mosque. So you will see they got the pointy edge, so the believing is that points to God. And you'll probably wonder what's these little tubs doing in the middle of the street and stick out someone's wall. You know, even in antiquity, look at the Roman time, the Greek time, so they got street fountains so people can go cool them off and they can get drinking water. And this is exactly the same principle. So when you walk down, you got too hot, you just come, wash your face, and keep going.
Oh, now I'm cool. Now I'm fresh.
She's really, really delight. It's like a Turkish delight. Wherever she goes, she's trying to express the importance for dinner time, and family gets together. She's very good.
Turkey is for me.
Yeah, Turkey is your second homeland.
Yes, I think it might be.
It was a good thing to have Liz here, because food is the international language for everyone to understand each other. She's going to find Turkish food very interesting.
Next on the Food Nanny, rethink the way you bake pita bread. It's easy. All you really need is fire. I was hoping maybe I could build one of these at my house, but I don't think that will happen. Do you?
Yeah, why not?
Welcome back to the Food Nanny. Although Turkey is full of old world traditions, its people are juggling the challenges of a modern life. Even so, Turks have found their own way to make dinner time happen. On my search for the true life, it's always nice to find some unexpected help along the way. How are you? Very happy to meet you. Thank you. Yes. Hello.
It's our Turkish culture that we like to offer things. So we were walking past the tea house, and she said, "Hello, good morning, how are you?" And then, of course, we've been invited. It's actually pulled into tea house. They gave us sage tea, and we started talking. The conversation started. It seemed like they know each other for many years.
What is your favorite meal? What is your favorite food? Rice. Is it very important for you in your life to sit down together with your family in the evening to have dinner time?
They all understand the importance, but they were saying that they can't do it all the time because they have to work hard. But one gentleman said such a nice thing. He said, I don't go to dinner time because he has to work, but he goes from 11:30, midnight, but she always waits for him, and she has a dinner together with him. In that time, the children already asleep, but at least they have chance to have dinner together and discuss the day.
Right, you discuss your life over food at some point in the day, even if it's midnight.
Yes.
Would there be a word that you would have in your culture to describe good living, families sticking together?
They think of happiness.
Happiness. I love that. I love that. You're all striving to be happy, close together with your families, sharing everything. Happiness. That's a perfect way to describe the true life. Now, to truly experience the true life in Turkey, I had to eat a home-style Turkish meal. Jem knew just the place to take me, but it was not at all what I was expecting. Oh, it's such a tradition. Oh, beautiful. This didn't seem like a hotel to me. It seemed more like a home. After meeting the owner and his family, I realized the cozy atmosphere came from traditions that have been passed down for years.
This home has belonged to my grandparents for almost 400 years now. And it has always been used as a home until my parents decided to turn it into a hotel.
You know, here is my home. So I don't see people who stay with us as a client. We see them as a guest, our guest.
And we are trying to introduce Turkish culture here as much as possible. And food is the biggest part of it.
We like to get guests. Always come and stay with us and have drink and have dinner, especially traditional dinner.
I had no idea what a traditional dinner in Turkey was like, but Kaya and his assistant Kezban were not going to leave me in the dark. The first cooking step in Turkey is fire.
We make bread here, real traditional bread, and some Turkish food. We used special material, broken glass and salt to build it. Because of it is very important to keep the heat inside.
The material inside of this one is broken glass and salt.
Of course.
Wow, I was hoping maybe I could build one of these at my house, but I don't think that will happen, do you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well, this is incredible.
Okay.
People just love food, so ladies don't mind spending hours and hours in the kitchen, especially even in the heat of the summer. They don't mind spending hours in the kitchen and cooking for their families, cooking for their loved ones, for their friends, and then spending hours around the table enjoying that.
Normally, every evening, we eat together. We sit around the table and talking all day what we done. It's traditional gathering together, all together, because it's very important for us.
This is a serious oven.
Okay. Today, we are going to make special plain bread in the oven.
Kaya and Kezban, what do you call this bread?
This is normal Turkish bread.
Turkish bread.
Yeah, not special one. Yeah.
Just everyday bread.
Yes. We have some flour.
So she's gonna make a well here, okay? And then salt.
Salt. Some yeast.
That's a brick of yeast,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're just mixing the yeast right there in the water. For the next 10 minutes, we mix the dough by hand. Kezban adds warm water gradually until it becomes moist and fluffy. She's using her fist to knead that down. Just working and working that.
You want to try?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Like this. This is a very moist dough. Now more flour.
Yeah.
Oh, so now this is it?
We need another bowl. Transfer the another one to keep that to increase about half hour.
We move the dough into a large bowl, top it off with some flour, and pat it down. Since we're letting it rise outdoors, Kaya covers the dough from all sides and lets it sit for half an hour.
It's ready to make bread. We are going to have plain bread called pide, Turkish pide, then small bread.
It's so interesting, Kaya, how the different cultures do everything in their own way, you know, because most pita bread is not made with yeast.
Yes.
This is kind of the shape of naan, which is an Indian bread. Sometimes they make naan long like this.
Yeah.
After we made about 4 pitas, Kaya starts to shape the dough into a loaf. So this is going to be a loaf of bread?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you can do lots of things with it then. Next, we take some wet burlap and clean the inside of the hot stove. So you can put the bread right down on there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, the peel. What do you call this?
We say kürek. It is traditionally used for the bread oven.
That is long.
Now we are put some egg on it.
The egg looks so beautiful. The color of it. Sesame?
Sesame.
Sesame seeds? After shaping 4 pitas and 2 loaves of bread, we close the oven door and let them bake for 20 minutes. Cooking outdoors seems so natural here. Kaya explained it's just part of the Turkish lifestyle.
The weather too hot in the summertime, so people doesn't stay in the house. So people always wants to outside and talking, especially late time in the afternoon. So always talking, you know, gossip, something like that. So people getting more friendly. If you go somewhere in this area, people always offer you, please take a drink, because nothing to do. In the hot weather, always lemonade or something like that. So it gives more talking always, because that is our Turkish culture. Let's check. Probably done, we're done.
Almost 20 minutes?
I think so. I think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Beautiful.
There you are.
Beautiful. Mmm.
Yes, they are well done. These are not. Maybe
Okay.
in a few minutes inside.
Okay. A little longer for the loaves.
Yeah. Now, let us test.
Great. I can't wait to taste it. Oh, that smells so delicious. It looks so moist. And this is butter.
Yeah. Be careful, too hot.
Oh, that is hot. It is so delicious.
Liz'le beraber yemek yapmak güzeldi. Mutlu, neşeli bir bayan. Enerji, pozitif bir insan. Mutfakta çalışırken insanların senin yaptığın yiyecekleri tadarak mutlu oluyorsun. Yani onlara zevk duyuyorsun.
How about smells?
Delicious. Oh,
The bread absorb all wood smells. That's why it
it
smells.
is. I've never smelled anything like this. It
Yeah.
is the smell of fresh wood, the
Yeah.
smell of just this,
All-
whatever this is.
all nature.
Yes,
Nature.
that's it.
Oh.
Old nature. Next on the Food Nanny, say goodbye to your regular casserole dish, because this Turkish güveç is the real deal. So this is how we loosen the edges. Oh.
Some bread.
Sure. Welcome back to the Food Nanny. This house-converted hotel is the perfect oasis to cook and eat traditional Turkish cuisine. First, we made crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside pita bread. We didn't, however, use up all the dough because it's the secret ingredient to our next traditional dish.
So we are going to have as a main course, as like casserole, we say güveç. Güveç is a two meaning. This is also güveç pot. It's made by special clay and also as a main course güveç inside.
The dish was named after the pot.
Yes, this is my hobby also, to keep the old things, old memory, and then pass to my children.
Oh, it's very important to hold on to your old traditions.
Yes, Now we are starting with potato first.
First layer?
Yeah, first layer.
Okay.
Potato about 1 centimeter thick. Okay.
It's very important.
Yeah,
the
very important.
thickness.
Thickness.
Okay. And this is going to be on the bottom.
If we have any terrible things, terrible smells in the güveç, the potato absorb, for example, onion smells. That's why we put it at the bottom. Then second, lamb.
Lamb.
Yeah.
Lamb pieces.
Lamb pieces.
About 1 inch by 1 inch. So it's quite a bit of lamb, and it looks so beautiful.
Yeah. Third,
Okay.
onion.
Thick onion pieces.
Yes, thick. Always thick. Eggplant. Same again.
Same.
But you can keep in the water with salt. It absorbs all terrible things.
Oh, the bitterness.
Yes,
It
bitter.
takes the
Yeah,
bitterness
yeah.
out. Yes.
Then now green pepper. Then again
More lamb.
more lamb.
Oh. I bet this was the first casserole ever invented. Layered casserole.
Yeah. And garlic.
Garlic, just like that. Oh, whole garlic.
Then now some
Paprika.
paprika
Oh, it looks so
and
delicious.
pepper. Black pepper and some salt. And thyme. More thyme.
More time. Lots of time.
Lots of thyme. Then now tomato.
Beautiful tomatoes. Do you grow all of these vegetables
Yes,
here?
all of them grown near us from the farm.
That's what's so great. You can have so many fresh vegetables and fruits. Lots of tomatoes.
Then you push, then you get the juice, okay? Because juices go
Very
down.
important
Yeah.
to get the juice to seep down in.
Because we don't need any water inside.
Oh, no water.
Just juice, tomato juice. Finally, we put some olive oil.
And that's just gonna finish it off.
Yeah.
Just love how you layered it
Yeah.
and everything. All the green ingredients are so fresh. The most beautiful casserole.
Okay, then
Okay.
cover it with dough.
Oh, and now we go for the bread dough. Right on top.
Yeah.
So it's a must. You must seal it.
Yeah.
When I was around 15, 16, and I went abroad and spent some time with a British family, actually. But after a couple of days, I realized that there was something missing. There was plenty of food in the kitchen, but everyone was just going into the kitchen, getting whatever they would like, and then going into their rooms, because in each room they had TVs, which is really a shame. I think you are living together, but you don't know what other people are doing because you don't share. I think that's why the food is very important and making time to prepare the food. For instance, güveç. Güveç is not too difficult. It's just the time of the cooking that is a bit lengthy, but I think it's quite a nice tradition to have.
Mostly in Anatolia, in towns, in villages, we still have traditional life. Large family, always get together, helpful, and all people in the area, in the street or in the apartments, well known each other. But in big city, in Izmir, Ankara, in Istanbul, in the apartment, for example, 20 or 100 family lives together, but they don't know each other. That's terrible life. The old time in Turkey, traditional families, we used to have small houses. We had the dinner in sofa, then no television, no any activities in the house. So we had to gathering together, sit down and talking around each other. It's important to extend dinner time. Then maybe people get together, people well know each other.
So this is how we do it. Loosen the edges. Oh,
Some bread?
sure. That is a tight seal. Wow.
There you go.
Oh, I can't wait to taste it. I love it, and I love lamb. Oh, I can't wait. Thank you very much.
Şöyle sırayla alayım.
In Turkish, afiyet olsun. It means bon appetit.
Afiyet olsun.
Afiyet olsun.
Enjoy your
Okay.
meal.
It's so tender. You can cut it with a fork.
Because it's cooked with seal,
Yes.
it's almost like pressure cooking it, so it makes the meat very tender.
It was fabulous food, and she liked it. And all that comments about the food, and she said, never tried, never tasted something like that. It's always a great opportunity to have the nice dinner, nice conversation with a nice crowd. It just reminds me of my childhood, when we got plenty of time, and when the family comes together. It just took me those days.
This is very traditional, and your grandfather taught you how to cook it. Your family is, I know, goes back so far just in this home.
Yeah.
And the tradition was a family dinner time every night.
Yes. My father, mom, and my uncles, the others, all family, invite us. Please, come around the table. But table strange, not like this. I think ours was just 40 centimeter high.
So very low.
Very low, so we sat down around the table, on the floor. But we still have all members of the family together around the table for dinner. Every day, everywhere, every time.
Wow. And you still do it today.
Yes.
I asked someone what would be the word for the true life for the Turkish people, and someone described it as happiness. How would you describe that?
So if you eat good food, it puts a good smile on your face. That is the key of the happiness.
You are exactly right. Who could be sad sitting together around the dinner table with their family, eating good food? Who could be sad? In Turkey or anywhere else in the world, the biggest dinner time reward is not so much what's on the table, but who's around it. See you at dinner.
Now we need 2 hours to cook inside.
Okay.
Terrible. It's good.
Oh no!